Oh yeah, Black Sun in the hizzle, all the shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. We got the one and only Angelnupnup7, Deacon. Hit Angel up, man. Hit Angel up. I don't have his email address, so hopefully, I just saw him live. He did a show. So Angel, let me text him. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I just texted Angel. Okay. I hope you didn't forget. I don't think Angel forgot. I don't think he forgot, but send him another text. Angel. We live. We live. Okay, we'll give him time to get here. Okay, so as y'all can see, the last show we did, hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, y'all, as I was saying, the last show we did, we had Nyame to present us with some information. Black Media, y'all subscribe to that channel. Yeah, Mr. Ball, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. Yeah, the Ball family. We're like one of the largest families, black family, white family, just family, period. One of the largest families in the U.S. on the West Coast. But I'm not here to talk about all that. He's up in Baltimore at that. But yeah, shout out to Jared Ball. Um, shout out to Deacon. What up, Deacon? Hey, shoot Angel a message because I don't know where he's at. But we got this thing in the chat. We got the live stream in the chat. Okay, I think it's pent up. So let's see, stirred. Okay, so we got it. Okay. Yeah. Waiting on Angel to get here, man. All right, so we what we're gonna talk about today, I wanted Yanga, but he already did a show, so I don't wanna don't know if he has the endurance for go on. Well, we're gonna give Yanga a break here, but yeah, we're gonna talk about the Mississippi campaign because I know, like I said, last time we had a show with a brother and he talked about building stuff over in Africa and Anon, shout out to Anon. Yeah. And I said shit. After talking about this, I'm gonna have to get damn Angel thumped up on the channel because it sounds similar to what Angel was talking about, but like I said, it was in Mississippi here in the US. So yeah, I want to definitely, hey, Mellow Cap, what's going on? Peace to you, sister. I definitely want to hear the whole breakdown. And I know on when I was on Angel's show, uh MD, he came on and he was talking about some things, and I was like, all that sounds good. And I think I don't know when in depth. I'm gonna have to go back and see what shows MD's on, but MD made some good points. Um Angel made some good points, and I was like, man, I want to get further into this. So yeah, this is going to be Angel's premiere on the arena, and I want to definitely get his take on how the whole breakdown of this, the whole breakdown, and uh, get um just get a bird's eye view of this breakdown. So yeah, shout out to y'all, and as we wait for Brother Angel to come up. I guess he's not coming. Tay. Oh, yeah, he's okay. He's on his way. Okay. Now he knows. Okay, so yeah, we gonna hold it down for Angel, man. Angel, the link. I'll just post the link again. I believe it's up top on the comment section, but um, I'm gonna have to go back and after I do this show, see if it posted like on the top because I think this little star puts it on top. So we'll see after the show because um, a lot of this stuff on the StreamYard, I'm still playing with. I'm still kind of maneuvering with. Ooh, I need to shave. Look at all them dang whiskers. Um, Mississippi. Um, Mississippi campaign. Yeah, we waiting on the chairman of that campaign. We're gonna waiting on Angel so he can break it on down. Because I've said, I've heard as long as I've been subscribed to Angel's show, I've always heard him talk about it. And he said the other day, yeah, it's like training wheels for people that want to build a nation, an all black nation. And he was basically saying that, see, in the Mississippi campaign, you wouldn't have to give up anything. You wouldn't have to give up the internet. You won't have to give up your automobile. You ain't got to give up your grocery stores. You ain't got to give up your basically a lot of the content too. Oh yeah, definitely contact Twin as well, man. Shoot, and contact. You know what? I wish we can get contact of Trevor, man. Trevor, he left a comment, man. Just left a comment on another show on the Scheme show. Shout out to Trevor. Oh, shout out to Scheme, man. Once again, Scheme. I apologize for that show going the way it did into that whole different direction because that was your time to shine. You know what I'm saying? So, but we got haters out there. So yeah, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Champion corner that just comes with the territory. You've got people that will hate on the victors. So it is what it is, right? So let's see. Let's see the settings on this thing. Let's see. Oh shit. Okay, I just made the screen bigger. I want to turn on the light. It looks kind of dark when I go full screen. Yeah, you know what? I might want to add a little background light because that looks a little dark to me. That looks a little dark. Yeah. Yeah. Deacon, shout out to you, man. Man, oh jeez. That was ridiculous, bro. But like I said, if y'all paid attention through all the madness, um it's okay to cut off Scheme, but when somebody cuts him off, then it's a problem. Like, dude, you think I wasn't gonna catch that? You really didn't think Then he tried to throw stuff at me. Oh, what college you been to? And what this and that? And dude. You can't. A California conman cannot out con me. And I'm not claiming to be a con man, but like I said, I grew up with a lot of con men from LA, and we recognize the other cons in different areas, Central California, North California. And the thing difference about us, you catch us in our con, be like, you got it. Them motherfuckers keep going. They keep going with the bullshit. So I never timed out anyone. He was the first. Oh, it's cool, Deacon, man. Hey, Deacon. That's why you got the guns, baby. That's why you got the guns, man. That was, man. You ain't got to apologize. You said I didn't have to apologize. You ain't got to apologize, man. This is, hey, man. This y'all been here from day one, man. And hey, y'all some gunners, man. Y'all my snipers. Hey, and you guys are fair, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I know you ain't got to explain it. It was ridiculous. It was really ridiculous, man. Like I said, it's okay for him to cut you off, but don't cut him off. That's bullshit. No. See, one thing that I don't like is elitism. I don't like narcissism. I don't like people who think they are better than other people. I don't like that. Oh man. Angel, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Peace to you, brother. Angel.
Hey, what's happening?
Man, what's happening with you, man? Shit. Welcome to the arena.
Okay, all right, all right.
Yes. So
Uh,
we just chopping up, man. But Mississippi campaign, man. We the last show I had this Hebrew Israelite talking about how they want to go to the shores of Africa and set up their
mhm.
own nation. And I was like, hell. And I talked about all the stuff that they have to give them. And I said, well, damn, in the Mississippi campaign, you got to give that up. You ain't got to give up your internet. You ain't got to give up your car. You ain't
Yeah,
got to give up the deed to your house. You ain't got to give up your grocery store. You ain't got, you know what I'm saying? And there's other things you ain't got to give up either. Your PlayStations,
exactly.
your entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Your BETs, Netflix, whatever, you don't have to give it up. You can put this black nation on training wheels, like you said. So,
Yeah,
man, please, please. Uh, just like you said on your show, we just gonna tag team, man. Jump in at any time because, like I
yes,
said,
sir.
Mississippi campaign,
I
you ain't got to lose all. Okay, go ahead, please.
yeah, I saw just a little taste of the earlier um, live stream. I guess we can piggyback off some of that.
Please, please. Okay, I'm glad you saw that. I'm glad you saw that.
Just a little brief, little taste.
Okay.
Um, this is the reality of things. I don't think that we know who we talking to.
Okay.
The black man and woman in America, the so-called Negro.
Okay.
I heard the Black Power talk, and that's nice. I have 40 some years in it.
You do,
I was
right.
raised
Hey,
in it.
yes, sir.
People talk to me like I don't have any idea. I don't have any understanding, whatever.
Right.
Um, that's where I start off at as a teenager. Of course, I was a baby, in the early 70s, but I always was active and I understood and I was part of that Black Power thing.
Yes,
I
sir.
always wanted to be part of the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir. And mind you, I'm going to add to you went to the same mosque as Malcolm X.
What's
Oh, wait,
that?
Matt, did I got that right? Did you go to the same mosque as Malcolm X in New York? Or I saw some documentary that you did, and I don't know, maybe
Okay, what was the
never mind,
doc?
don't mind. It
Oh, about
was, it,
Malcolm X. Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. We're working on a documentary with Brother Omar Shabazz, and
Okay,
it's going to be his last film on Malcolm X, and he's
okay,
brought a lot of different, people
yeah,
together because this is the finale, and he
yes,
asked me
sir.
to be part of that, and it's behind schedule. I need to call him to see where it's at
Okay,
because I thought that it might be released earlier this year,
okay,
around January, February, but things happen. Also, it's his last work on Malcolm, so he wants to really try to
right.
get
Make it,
everything
yeah,
together. And
make it a masterpiece. Oh yeah,
yeah, it's I believe it's a 5 DVD set or 6 DVDs, something like that.
okay,
It's a lot of DVDs involved,
absolutely,
and I told him I'll do my best to try to make it, the best work that you ever had
absolutely,
because Malcolm deserved that.
right,
So yeah, we
absolutely,
we
absolutely.
working on that. I need to call him and contact him to see where uh, that stands. But we're going to get that need to get that together, and I'm going to do my best to do whatever I can to push that DVD.
Okay,
And a lot of Malcolm X haters out there. Uh, Wesley Muhammad is number one. Matter of fact, Wesley Muhammad
Uh-oh.
actually responded to Brother Omar Shabazz videos, which is a waste of time because Omar Shabazz is on it. Is
Right,
on it.
absolutely. Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. That
he's
production,
he's
yeah.
yeah he's bringing the receipts.
That's right.
He's not bringing some receipts and have to explain it. The receipts explain
Explain
themselves.
themselves.
You don't have to do
That's
all
right.
that. Wesley Muhammad comes on his channel with all these books behind him, and he gives you the information. Then he got to explain it to you because you probably wouldn't understand because it's really not supporting what you're talking about, sir.
Mm.
And some of the information, you know how. See, this is the thing about deceivers. They mix truth with falsehood. So yes, some of it is true, but they manipulate it in a manner to make it say something that it's not really saying.
Right, right.
And the average person gets caught up because some of it is true. So we get caught up in that. But this last video documentary by Omar Shabazz, I have no doubt, and I know he's meticulous. He's really working to try to make sure that it's the best that he can be, and this is it for him as far as the series of Malcolm, which I don't think he could do anything that can top one of his older videos called "Oh My God, Master Farad." When I saw that,
Right.
if I saw that when I was a young man, I never would have joined the Nation of Islam.
Oh,
I
snap.
never would have.
Okay. Right.
And also, Sarah Soon said he did a very good job on he did a video lecture about the Nation of Islam
Yeah.
back in
Yeah.
2010, I think it was. He
Okay.
did an excellent job. And also, Young Pharaoh did a good job of researching too. But
Well,
Sarah Soon Seti and Young Pharaoh never was part of the Nation of Islam.
right, right, right.
They don't know, they know the history, and you can go out there and research some of the history.
Right.
But myself and Brother Omar, we was part of it.
Right.
So a lot of that stuff, especially when it comes to my era, you can't tell me about what's going down in my era. I was part of it.
Right.
It was
Right.
live and
Exactly.
living color. I lived it.
That's right.
Also, I've been around Minister Farrakhan. I know Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan knows my family. He knows who I am. Those people know
Right.
who I am. When Minister Farrakhan in the early 80s and the late 70s, when he was raising up trying to build his little organization, it wasn't that many of us. So when
Okay.
he went to the different cities and whatever, you know, it wasn't that many of us. So he had to know us. My uncle was a captain in New York.
Okay.
Putting it, and my people put in work, and they old as hell right now in their 70s or whatever. My uncle,
Right.
He's passed, but I still have aunties and other relatives that's there, and they still trying to put in the work. And you know, they tell me certain things, but they know I'm not I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that like that no more. But they're gonna die, you know, believing in Louis Farrakhan.
Right.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because when you put in work, you should get some type of substance.
Oh, glad you mentioned
I want a paycheck. I'm not going to work,
and
you're not going to pay me. I don't want to keep hearing these excuses. Well, blah blah blah. That only goes so far.
Right.
When I was in the Nation of Islam, I was putting in really, really hard. I mean, labor. And time goes by. You know, I don't expect nothing to happen overnight, but damn, you know, years are passing by.
Right.
And I still have to wash dishes and pick up cans off the street. I'm like, this ain't working. It's not working. When I was a younger person, all that thrill stuff, thousands of people coming, you know, to hear Minister Farrakhan and all that hype. When you're a young person, ain't never been nowhere in your life. I was in a small town, you know, all my life. I never really went nowhere. So when I joined the Nation of Islam, I get to travel. This is before I started driving trucks. I get to travel. You know, I'm in New York. I'm in Delaware. I'm in Louisiana. We follow Minister Farrakhan all over the country. That's exciting. You know, at first, Minister Farrakhan, you know, 30, 40 people might come out to hear him. It started growing. So he already had a reputation with the Nation of Islam. It was about getting his name back out there.
Right.
That's what it was about. He
Okay.
already had a reputation being the national representative of Elijah Muhammad back in the day. It was just a matter of time before people started getting hip, getting back to, Louis Farrakhan.
Right.
So I helped him do all that, for 9 years. But that's good for him. I didn't see nothing was happening with me. Like the
Right.
Dick in Reality got in the chat room. I was sleeping on pickle barrels and eating burned up bean pies. But the way I look at it though, I was a soldier.
Right.
And I'm like, this ain't nothing compared to what real soldiers go through. Like if you was in Vietnam or Iraq some damn where.
Right.
So I'm like, this ain't nothing compared to that. I'm a soldier. I can sleep on a pickle barrel, sleep on the floor, fight with the rats in the basement. No big deal. But Minister Farrakhan's situation was changing, and mine wasn't. I got a problem with that. And as you mature, all that hypeness stuff don't work no more. I don't care nothing about the thousands of people, all the hype. And see, even right now, there are brothers and sisters who are crazy about Farrakhan because he's able to bring all these people out. And they believe because a lot of people come listen to you and a lot of people follow you, I guess that means that you right or whatever. No, it does not.
Right.
Adolf Hitler had a whole country following him. We live in a nation of races, and the world follows these races. They very popular. America's very popular. Lotus. Does that make them right? No, it does not. So, and actually, there's a brother, Marvin Muhammad, in Mississippi, actually, taking his few dollars. He's actually more progressed than Minister Farrakhan is and don't even have the money. Marvin Muhammad in Mississippi. And I went to see and visit Marvin Muhammad when I was about 18 years old. But I really wasn't interested because I was caught up in the hype of Minister Farrakhan. Even though I saw with my own eyes, Marvin Muhammad actually was doing the teachings much better. They had their own school. They had their own little setting there. They was growing their own food, had a little bakery, a little shoe shine shop, car repair place, all that stuff. And if you part of his group, any car available, you can get the car and take off.
Okay.
You part of the group, go to the get you a bean pie for free because you helped make all this possible.
Now you're talking about the height of when, like you said, you guys had all your own stores, all your own mechanic shop. So is this the prototype of the Mississippi campaign? I mean, are you taking this? No. Okay. What?
No. The Mississippi campaign is different. I was just talking about Marvin Muhammad.
Okay. Yeah.
His version of the Nation of Islam is more progressive than Farrakhan.
Okay.
When you go down to Red Lick, Mississippi, where Marvin Muhammad is at, they have a good reputation with the neighbors. They sell their food products and bean pies and eggs to the community. The community helped them build their new school. They just built a new school there. They really got things going on there. But it's religion. I wouldn't want nothing to do with that, Right, and I heard that he's into the all the wives thing. He has a lot of women, a lot of children, and getting all caught up in that religious stuff. And he thinks that he's divinely special, caught up in all that crazy stuff. No, the Mississippi campaign is founded upon the activity of our ancestors out of slavery, their political activism, their business activism, everything they were doing in the South. But when the federal government decided to take the troops out of the South, then that stopped everything. Then, of course, the Ku Klux Klan was formulated. All these different laws was enacted to hinder the progress of our people. There was a mass exodus out of the South. Had our people stayed in the South and was able to continue their progress, because they were progressing more than the white people that never was a slave. They eventually would have took high roles in government, the governorships, all these different mayor houses, would have had all these different positions. And plus we had the numbers to do it in the South. And so all I've done is take that strategy that they already was doing, and I put a name on it and brought it to the modern times. And I figured we could take our resources and concentrate on one state rather than trying to conquer the whole South.
Right.
It's much easier to take your resources to conquer one and see what you can do with one than spread yourself thin trying to please everybody.
Right.
And you can't get the job done because you don't have enough resources to do it the way that it needs to be done. And see, this is the thing about us. We're very selfish, because I said Mississippi. And one of the first things some people say is, why it can't be my state? Why it can't be New York?
Right.
Why it can't be Georgia? Why it can't be? We're so selfish. You know, we're some selfish people. The strategy is you help your brothers and sisters in this state, help them take control of this state.
Right.
So we run the show. And then we help them become strong so they can help the rest of us. See, this has never been done before. Like, say, for instance, if you are in California and you get into a little bit of legal trouble, where you going to run? What can you do?
Right.
But see, if you could make it to the state of Mississippi that we control, now we're not going to harbor criminals.
Right.
But if you can make it to the state of Mississippi, we don't have to extradite you back to California. We can make California say, why you want him? I said, this is petty. This is petty. We're not going to send you back, this man or woman, back to California on this petty stuff. There's nothing.
No, but what if they trump up charges?
What if they trump up charges?
Yeah.
Well, they can't trump up charges because it's up to the state to extradite them, just like if you was in a country.
Right.
Whatever the charge that you're facing. But if that country holds you and say, no, United States, like Canada. Canada, if you are facing the death penalty, Canada will not extradite you back to the United States because they are against the death penalty.
Right. That's true. Yep.
So until you get that straightened out, they're not going to do that. You're going to have to put on paperwork and promise the state of country of Canada, we're not going to execute them. So you don't have to worry about the death penalty. They're not going to extradite. So It's the same thing I would assume would be in the case of a state. We don't have to extradite you back to California.
Okay.
Till you can prove, no, we're not going to send them back on that petty stuff. So we can make a deal. Then when you go back to California, whatever you was facing, the charges could be dropped or they could be lessened.
Okay.
But we have nowhere to run. We have nowhere to hide. We have nobody to speak for. We have no power. So whatever happened to you, happened to you.
Right.
You know, an individual organization is good, but there's nothing like some kind of power. The reason why a lot of things don't happen to a lot of these immigrants that come to the United States is because they are still supported by their country.
Your nation, right, yeah.
So if you treat these
Still
Asians or Africans or whoever they come from in a certain way, you still gonna have to deal with their nation. Their nation of why you treating our people like that. Why don't you just send them back? They're gonna have some problem. It becomes an international incident.
Right. And they also have embassies too. Yeah. That makes sense.
They also have embassies. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
But we don't, where do we have? We don't have nowhere to go. We have nowhere to run. Right. Nobody gonna do, no African nation gonna stand up for me if you get caught up in jail. Call Ghana or Nigeria.
Right.
I'm African and they put me in jail. What are you telling us for that? They're not gonna stand up for do nothing for us.
Right. And a lot of those African leaders, they're much like this conflict with Russia and Ukraine, they're either beholden to America capitalism or they're beholden to Chinese capitalism. or Russian capitalism, or you know, and that oh shoot, okay, sound like you need the what the hell? Ain't on Jesus Christ. Now, oh Jesus Christ. This guy. So this was the guy I was talking about. Said he
Mm-hmm.
wanted to move some people, some Israelites, to Africa and have like a, I guess, like farm, and some people will glean and pick fruit off the ground and all that stuff, and go into like labor. I'm paraphrasing, so
Mm-hmm.
don't get mad at me, A9. But I talked. One of the things I said the women and children. And you've been here for a long. I mean, Angel, we've seen the Noble Drew Ali's, we've seen the Marcus Garveys, we've seen the Elijah Muhammad's, we've seen the Farrakhan's. We know the first people to defect always be the women and children because
Mm-hmm.
they miss the luxuries of America. Is this not true? The Yahweh been Yahweh's, and so he was talking about sending these people way into Africa, on the Isles of Africa, and them not having any type of technology and living by the Bible. And I'm like, man, your own family is going to goddamn crucify you. It ain't gonna be the brothers. It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? And then some of the brothers, they wives leaving, they not going for that. So it's just like, but Mississippi campaign, like I said, still got the internet. You're still functioning in a society with all the amenities, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, so we're just pushing black people politically, pushing like land and economics on that, but we still have the luxuries of America around us, the grocery stores, so we ain't got to hunt for food.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, I'd say, if half of these people had to go vegan, I mean, if half of these people had to hunt for their own food, they
Not
wouldn't
gonna
make
make it.
it. They're not gonna make it, right?
Mm-mm.
They eat meat because they have the abundance of meat, dairy, and eggs from the grocery store. If there's no
Yes.
grocery store, yeah, you gotta get out there and hunt. Actually, you know what? Let me be quiet because I'm about to get myself in trouble. I don't wanna say anything bad about the people who eat all day. And you know what? Let me stop. Stop me. Stop. Let me stop because I don't want to get off into that because
Well,
we
I
start
say
talking about
this.
pork chops, and then that'll bring up some. Go ahead, Age. Go ahead.
See, that's actually included in the Mississippi campaign. Once you get some strength,
Right.
so once you get some strength, a state can support Israelites. Go find a spot. We talk to the government wherever you want to go, because see, you need to go with some power behind you,
Right.
because you can go there and those people can massacre you and you can just disappear off the map. Like what happened
Right.
to we don't know. They came here and they disappeared.
Right.
You want to be in a position to go there and you expect this natural environment, and that's cool. But also at the same time, you will have a power source behind you.
Right.
Like if things start getting bad, you got somebody that can come and help you out of trouble,
Okay.
get you out of there. But you go there on your own and you save your pennies or whatever, and you have no real relationship with the government wherever the land, because to my knowledge, there's nowhere that you can go with that is not already occupied. So where are
Right.
you gonna go? See, that's the number one problem. Where are you going to go where it's not occupied already? Somebody
Right.
already
Right.
is claiming under a government or territory.
Right.
So wherever you go, if you can find a spot, you're going to be under the laws,
Right.
the political rule of those people, which is foreign. And they do things much differently.
Absolutely.
You might do something that you think is cool, and it's an insult, and it's against illegal to them.
Right.
And you
Damn.
have a lot of problems. They'll wipe you out,
Right.
especially if it's
Right.
just a few of you. They'll
Yeah.
wipe you out, put all of you in the graveyard. because a lot of these places, these people, they have their own religious thinking.
That's right.
And customs and things, and you could do something and say something that's very insulting to them that they view means you should be put to death.
Right. No, that's serious. Right. Right. I tell people all the time because I got into discussion, Angel, about this whole situation with Brittany Reiner in the Russia situation. And I was telling people, yo, when you leave outside of the US, it's different. It's very different, with the exception of, I don't know, Canada, even Mexico. You know what I'm saying? It's different outside. I mean, you might be cool maybe in England or somewhere, but or maybe some parts of Europe, but hey, outside of that, it's very strict. And like you said, they not trying to hear about the weed comes from the earth and God sent. They're not trying to hear that. No,
No.
no way. So it's definitely a culture shock.
Yeah.
Moving to another country, but Mississippi is just another state. Couple
It's
hours
just a
away.
state.
It's just a state, right?
It's already active.
Yeah.
The only thing you want to do, baby, to control the politics, put yourself in a position so that you can benefit yourself. We're not building no nation. See, that's another thing. We're not building no nation. We're not going into isolation.
Right.
No, you just want to put yourself in a better position to benefit yourself.
Right.
All the people, not interested in your personal wants. Well, I don't want to live next door to no homosexual. I don't want people that's married to white women. Well, you're married. You're around those people anyway right now. And chances are you're going to die that way.
Right.
You ain't going nowhere. You ain't building no damn nation within the next 10, 20 years. A lot of us that's living right now, we ain't going to be here. We're going to be dead as hell next 10, 20, 30 years.
Right. Right.
And you ain't going to have no nation.
Right. So basically, in Mississippi, we ain't got to worry about building sewage pipelines and all that stuff.
You don't have to. Everything's already intact.
Already there. Right.
All you got to do is maintain and keep up and make better.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing you got to do. Unless you're too dumb to do it. You're too incompetent to do it. But I thought y'all gods. I thought you gods and kings and queens. Right. Surely you could take control of a little little state. And if you really was that smart, you should have done it a long time ago. Why ain't just Angelnupnup7 have to show up and talk about it? You could have done this a long time ago. The ancestor was already on the way to do that anyway.
But now, Angel, like we said on your show, y'all subscribe to Angelnupnup7. Subscribe. We talked about how Black people who are in these religions have this idea of this utopia. Oh, shout out to MD, man, because I know he came on that show and I was like, MD, this don't apply to you. He came in that thing on the show with that thing, big rig looking like damn Star Trek. Oh, it looked like damn Star Trek. Shout out to MD. I said, MD, we're not talking about you, MD, because apparently you working hard out there. You're a working man. We talking about the people who are looking for, when I say utopia, and Angel will vouch for me, there's people who actually don't want to work. They want all the luxuries and the nimities, but they don't want to work. Mm-hmm. So that's what we were talking about, brother. And because I know I had to go that night because I had to work the next day, but it was, Deacon, he put the
brother Blackson.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. First of all, like I was gonna say in the beginning of the broadcast, apparently you don't know who you're talking to. This Negro. Now, all this Black power rhetoric and Black conscious rhetoric, that was better in 1960.
Okay.
The people had a different mindset. The people in 2022, they riding around here. Some of them are riding around in Rolls Royce cars.
That's true.
They got multi-million-dollar contracts.
Yes, sir.
They making big time money. They own Facebook, taking big wads of money and throwing it around.
Got stocks. Yeah.
You dealing with people that has a whole different. They're not interested You don't even hear them talk about black this and black that. They don't talk. They don't care.
No, they don't.
They have no interest in it. The only time they get stirred up a little bit, maybe because of a Trayvon Martin shooting or something like that. You know, Eric Garner, Sergeant Bland. And that don't even last long. Last
some for the season. Right, some for the season.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then they shut up.
Yeah.
This is what you're dealing with. So they're not interested. You can holler black power. Matter of fact, even your own black power people ain't interested because they, like you said, they don't want to give up all this luxury. I'm sitting here, and you probably are too. I'm sitting in air conditioning.
I am too.
Okay.
Oh, good point. Air conditioning.
I'm sitting in air
That's why I said the first people gonna leave are the women and children. They out. Peace deuces.
You know,
no PlayStation. No running toilet. No,
not when you starting from scratch. Like, say, for instance, Brother Blackson, the Congo is big enough to give us a state probably big as the state of Rhode Island or Delaware or something like that.
Okay.
They could just break off a chunk.
Right.
Okay. They said, look, black man in America, we have this land here, but it's nothing on it. Nothing but jungle and these rivers and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You get nothing, but you can have it for free. Come here.
Right.
Now, see, I wouldn't want to go take that deal unless I had something with the government of the Congo where I can say, this is mine. We have a deal where when we come into strength, you support us, we support you, some type of treaty like that. Because you are in a position to defend yourself. You built this up, and the country of Congo said, and then the United States is angry, what you Negroes left us for over there with that bull. So you don't have no protection from the United States. And
right.
These people, once you build it up, I think we want our land back. What you gonna do?
Ooh,
see, so
like their version of eminent domain, the African version.
Exactly. They don't want to hear that. Well, you know, we all African brothers and sisters. Yes, and this African brother getting ready to take your crown.
Wow. African domain. Jeez.
You want to build something from scratch. You want to be around the black people. You're going to have to build everything from scratch. You're going to have to go in there and chop down the trees.
Right.
You're going to have to put in your own.
Wait, you talking about work? You talking about work? Oh man, what the Bible says.
Especially when you're talking about if you want to try to be modernized.
Right. Or even catch up to what your former life. Catch up to your former life.
You're not going to be able to do.
No.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen no time soon. You're going to be happy within a few years or whatever. You hope to get on the level of the Amish.
Right.
Like you hope to get on the level how they used to live in the 1820s or something.
Hold up. The Amish got solar panels now.
Okay.
Angel. So, that's,
well, all those Amish people, some of them are hip to technology. Some of those Amish people actually drive cars.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
But some of the strict ones, they don't play that.
Okay.
I don't know how much truck driving you've done, but like if you go into Pennsylvania and some of these places, I got lost one time and went through Amish country.
Oh,
they are very, very strict.
Yeah.
And you better not hit their horse on the road. The state of Pennsylvania, wherever you hit these people, you're gonna be in really, really bad shape.
Okay.
They don't play that. So I'm in Amish country. And they got the right of way. And you behind this slow horse, like, God damn, for hours. All these farms, you don't know which one this horse belonged to. Like, God. I mean, this horse got the whole line backed up.
Oh, man.
I've never had any problem with the Amish people.
Right.
They are very helpful, assisting. And they always ask you, how long you gonna stay? How long you gonna stay? They're very helpful and assist you, But people always say, how long you gonna stay? Where you going? I don't think they want your company like that. But look at here. You talking to the Negro of 2022.
Right.
They don't want to hear that Black Power stuff. Even your own people. Look, Brother Maurice made a version of the Mississippi campaign. I don't know if you know about that or not. He made a version of the
Yeah,
Mississippi
I remember. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. As long as he was talking, oh man, we gonna go to Mississippi, we gonna do this, all his people rallying, they doing their research, they getting the information. This is how we gonna do it, and blah blah blah.
Right.
When Maurice actually began to pack their bags up and said, we found housing, and we're gonna do this.
Right.
When he actually started doing it, his people start disappearing.
What?
Yep.
Oh no! What?
Yeah, his people start disappearing.
Dang.
Now I don't know what's happening with that now, but Brother Maurice, last time I talked to him, he said, "Man, you was right. It's harder than I thought. Of course, you're dealing with Brother Blackson. You're dealing with the Negro.
Right.
Haven't you heard?
Hmm.
Haven't you heard? You're dealing with the Negro.
Right. Right. So, I mean, I guess my question would be this, Angel, because I know, like you said, we're dealing with people who own like Mercedes and have vested interests and all that. So that only leaves. I mean, what I mean, my thing is, what is the purpose of us moving all to Mississippi? Like, what is the end game? Like, uh what are we trying to, I mean, is it to fulfill the need of a black space? Is that what it's for? Or is it,
The original first state of Mississippi is very important because what you want to do is establish a power base for yourself, a
Okay.
safe haven for yourself, a sanctuary for yourself, just like they have sanctuary cities for these immigrants.
Yeah.
And to show you how bold these are cities. Donald Trump put down the initiative of how he wants to treat immigrants.
Right.
And these cities told the federal government, we ain't gonna obey you. We're gonna bring them in. We're gonna take care. The hell with the federal government.
I remember that. Yep, I remember.
Look, these are cities.
Yeah. Yep.
So if we created a sanctuary state, what the hell is the government gonna say to a state? And they don't have the power and won't make a move and tell a city what they can and cannot do.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's why I told you, if you got in trouble in California and you made it to Mississippi, we got your back.
Okay, so let me ask this, Angel, because you mentioned how some black people are selfish. Yeah. Everybody coming to the state, is there checks and balances? Because black people individually have agendas. Like, yes. Is there a check and balance to prevent anything from going too far left or too far right, as far as, like, I don't know, just
actually, I think the concept of how the United States government is set up, the checks and balance system,
yeah,
I think that's a great one to follow, actually.
Okay.
Because nobody really have no power. The president have limitations, the Congress have limitations,
okay.
Even the Supreme Court have their limitations. Also, it would be good for other people to know, like, especially when it comes to money, we got other people counting and coming right behind you too.
Okay.
So it's gonna be hard to steal.
Okay.
Hard for funds to be disappearing because the main people that's supposed to be in charge of it gonna do their thing, but they're gonna always know we got somebody else behind, that's coming right behind us. And even if they don't, you're gonna get nervous because you said, I don't know if I should take the chance to mess around and do this because I got folks watching me, coming behind me.
Right.
So it's nothing is perfect. We know that. You can't expect everything to be perfect, but you want to try to put in place, think of everything that could go wrong and try to put, like you said, the checks and the balances and try to get that right. Now, for me, I'm depending on Mississippi being an agriculture state.
Okay.
That's the base that's going to provide the jobs that we need.
Okay. Now, what I'm refresh me. What grows out of Mississippi?
You can grow whatever you want to out of there, but I think it's
Okay.
mainly. I think of course they're known for cotton.
Okay, cotton. Right.
I think that Mississippi and a lot of those southern states are known for cotton production.
Okay.
That's one of the main parts that I know of. Even when I'm driving through the state, that's a lot of the fields I see. Now, like if you come to Illinois or some of the Midwestern states, it's always soybeans and wheat, corn. But when you go through Mississippi, you always see a whole bunch of cotton fields and stuff. There's a lot of cotton that they grow there. They grow other things too, watermelon and tomatoes.
Okay,
and
yeah.
And it's a whole lot of other things too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, see, right. Especially Georgia, they're known for textiles, making carpets and things of this nature too. Yeah. So, but just like the MD20 said on the last program, we're gonna give. That's a good idea. What he said. Give the agriculture aspect of the campaign division. Give it to the farmers. They know what they're doing. That's their business.
Yeah. And MD, I think MD might be working. MD, if you have a chance, hit the link. I mean, I know you're at work and everything, but if you maybe take a break or whatever, I know you're out there on that road. Shout out to you, man. Be safe. Man, I'd like you to jump in because I know MD agrees with the Mississippi campaign, right? And I know his country, and it sounds. I said, damn, okay, I like what he's saying.
Yeah,
I like what I hear about the Mississippi campaign as opposed to all these other ideas. I'm gonna be 100 with you, Angel, because I've heard it all. And Mississippi campaign sounds the most practical because, like I said, you're not losing nothing. You're just moving to another state, basically.
no, you don't.
But again, it's not a stab in the dark because like a lot of these things sound like a stab in the dark. And I know Anon, I know you listen to Anon, when he talked about his theocracy, because you did say theocracy, because I don't want to misquote him because the brother's out and about. Okay, MD just pulled up. MD, man, what's up, man? What's up?
Oh, there, my brother is.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, give me a second.
Okay, no problem, MD. No problem, man. Shoot, man.
All right, we got the Three Musketeers.
That's right.
Three Musketeers.
Right.
Back together again.
Yes, sir.
See, we have to look at it this way. When I talk to the Black Power people, Black conscious, whatever, it's not. I'm on board. I've been on board that type of talk since I was a little boy.
Right.
But you're dealing with a group of people. That's not where their head is at. They're not thinking on that level.
Right. Because a lot of them are in this utopic state of mind. Because
I'm talking about the masses of the people themselves. They're not with you on that. They're not. They don't care about nation building. This is their nation.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
American, blah blah blah. See, the Mississippi campaign is mute race because what you're doing is helpful to the whole state. It's not necessarily you doing it because you do want to help your people,
right?
But it has nothing to do with race. So you're not saying, "Come on, Black people." No, because you need the people of whoever is in that state. You put something down, show them that it benefits them too.
Okay. So
they will support you in benefiting us. Period.
Right.
It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with my religion. Oh, Allah and Jesus. Those words don't come out of my mouth talking about the Mississippi campaign. It has nothing to do with that. You have to look at the Mississippi campaign in the same kind of manner that we probably would look at affirmative action, the Civil Rights Bill of 1965. Those things was created to benefit Black people. Right. They don't say nothing. They was not designed, well, if you're gay, you can't benefit from the Civil Rights Bill. If you're married to a white woman, that ain't how things go. If they gave us reparations, they're not going to ask you what's your sexual orientation and are you married to a white woman? Do you own a dog? Whoever defined as a descendant of slaves, a black American in this country, you deserve reparations. They don't care about your personal lifestyle and what you believe in and what you're doing. Nobody care.
Okay.
Nobody cares about that. Or when you talk about reparations, we're only talking about are you a descendant of slave? You'd be amazed how many white people come out of woodwork and we got reparations. I got 3.0 Negro blood. trying to get reparations. Which that scenario actually has happened when you talk about the Native American people. Because those people that's on these reservation stuff, they're not, of course, the real.
We didn't seen it. We didn't see
it. They're a bunch of descendants of people who probably intermixed with the Native American, and they passed or outright lied. They was Caucasian, talking about they were.
I know. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand, man. I've seen some straight cock. Oh man, let me. I go through, especially driving trucks. I also been through a lot of these Native American reservations,
reservations and stuff like that. And some of them look legit, and some look just like outright white people. Like, you a Native American?
Straight Caucasian. Yep.
Straight Caucasian.
Yep.
I said, what part of Native American are you supposed to be? But that's how it goes. So you're dealing with a people, and you got to work. See, the Black conscious community want to make our people what they want them to be, which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
If you want to help our people, you're gonna have to work from where their head is at, where they're at.
Right.
Otherwise, leave them alone. Do your little organization. Get your little people, pack your bags, go to Israel or Africa, Congo, wherever the hell you want to. Y'all can do that. But the majority of these people are not interested. You might get them interested in the idea of the Mississippi campaign because you're selling the point it's a power base for all of us.
Right.
And you tell them the benefits. If we can pull this off, this is how we benefit as a people. And then we're not going to stop with Mississippi. Now we want to go for Georgia. Georgia is going to be easier to get than Mississippi because Mississippi been done. And the people are hyped up and motivated. Okay. Especially you take control of that state and you actually can do what you claim you can do.
But now Georgia, but Georgia is kind of weird because the inner Atlanta, you got Atlanta and then you got Georgia. Atlanta is predominantly black, but on the outskirts is predominantly white. So
we'll solve that problem with the success of the Mississippi campaign because just like you said about that brother, if we can get 30% of our people, get people to go down to the South, we can start pulling some stuff up. But see, my thing is, don't do it little by little. Just concentrate. Let's boom Mississippi. Then boom, all our resources going to one. Boom, one after the other. Boom, boom, boom. You build enough so that you can have some power. And actually, what people don't understand.
But Angel, with that power, I mean, again, with that power comes, I won't even say corruption. That's so cliche. Different agendas. With that power, like how do we, I mean, do we, I guess, go to the voting system? Because, I mean, you're talking about funds going towards something that will serve a long-term agenda. But in that scenario by itself, there can be a fracture because once black people get some money, black people, I've seen husbands and wives, get some money and they're like, oh, why'd you buy that? No, I thought we were going to buy this. And then now we got, so I can imagine with people who are just not family members, even your wives, all that, when we get this type of power, unless we come, I guess, with some memorandum or some type of, it's like, how do we, again, that goes back to the checks and balances. Like, because when you're dealing with black people and money, you're talking about
nothing is perfect.
Okay.
Nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect, and nobody. I mean, sometimes you can't deal with something till you actually get into into the meat of it.
Okay.
So you can see what you're working with.
Okay.
But I'm looking and we're hoping, because there's always going to be corruption. There's always going to be somebody that ain't going to do right.
No, I get that.
There's not going to be do right. But I mean, the United States of America, the government, every nation on the planet got to deal with their corrupt people.
That's true.
And wackos, whatever. I mean, that's just how it goes. There's nothing too much that you can do with it. But the only thing you can do is deal with the situation when it comes for it.
Okay.
There isn't too much that you can do about it. I mean, look at my situation from last year. I had somebody that was I allowed to get real close to me.
Right.
They come up, they was behind my defenses. And they tried to destroy me.
Right.
I didn't know, I had no idea that it would have went like that. I had no idea. Some of your worst enemies will come from up out of your own ranks. We don't know that.
Right.
So, I mean, there's nothing that you can do to prevent it, something like that.
Okay.
But also at the same time, you can narrow that probability when the people that you're working with, they actually want this for real and want it to happen. And there's all kinds of eyes watching.
Right. But Angel, I mean, a person can want it for real, but again, when you're dealing with money and power, sometimes it's just something, and I'm not saying it's wrong or right, or even the corruption part. I'm just saying there's different people start to get different ideas, and then they start to go in just different directions. You know what I'm saying? Like, MD, man, jump on in, man.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
MD.
Hey, yeah, I wasn't able to catch the whole thing. I was having some connection issues. I will say this to that.
Okay.
As Brother Talik said, like, we're not building a separate nation out of these United States. Like, we're freemen in the United States.
Okay.
Every state has a Supreme Court. Every state, every district has a circuit court.
Right.
Work the courts as you should. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That like I said, corruption is everywhere. But when you taking in consideration the Constitution of this nation and how it's supposed to be ran, we're not separating that from what's trying to be done with the Mississippi campaign. We still regulating under the laws of the state of Mississippi and under the United States Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're doing that, hold accountable the people that's doing what they're not supposed to be doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. That makes perfect sense. So now MD, Angel was talking earlier about like producing jobs, it being a agriculture state. I mean, can we get your take on that? I mean, as far as how would we develop and build this economy to where it would attract more and more people to come to Mississippi and back Mississippi? Because Black people, we got to see some type of growth. A lot of Black people don't want to put the foundation work in. They like to see the tree come up and bear fruits, and then I want to be a part of that. After the people built that. So my thing is, well, how do we, I guess, in the grassroots part, build this foundation to grow trees so people can be more apt to come to Mississippi and grow the economy, build around it?
Well, I'll say this, and I think Brother Talik would agree with me on this. The Mississippi campaign is not necessarily meant for every single Black American or a soul person in this country to go straight to Mississippi. That's not the point.
Okay.
The point is to be the beacon. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about building an economy, and as you know, I'm a reparationist. So when we talk about building an economy, you have to have capital in front of that economy. So
now, MD, I didn't know you're a reparationist. So
I am.
We're gonna have to do a whole nother show. You have to let me know. We're gonna have to do this again because I didn't know that. So
Yeah, I'm a reparationist. So with that
okay,
being
okay, cool,
said, the
cool.
building economy, you have to have capital in front of that to build that economy.
Okay,
Black people only hold 0.1% of the wealth in this nation.
okay,
You do the number from there. In my opinion, and like I said, this is where me and Talik may disagree. In my opinion, once you can take political power of a state, my thing is the first thing that needs to be done is the wrongs need to be rectified in terms of the Black Americans, the freedmen in this country.
okay,
Once you do that, the sky's the limit, because then we'll have the capital to build said economy. You know
okay,
what I'm saying? So if it were me, what I would do, like I said, once everything has been rectified, you start going back to looking at land. Now,
okay,
so the farmers that's already in Mississippi, those would be the guys that'll be basically supervising on how everything needs to be done, what areas, what crops,
yeah,
what region of the state, so on and so forth. Now it's going to be up to you to say, hey, look, do I want to get into this business? Yes or no. There's going to be other folks doing other things.
okay,
The agriculture, yes, will be the main driver in the economics.
okay,
But then again, like it's 2022. Like you got $1 million balers, you got all sorts of equipment that basically do the work for you. You
that's
know what
right,
I'm saying?
that's right, that's
So
true.
in terms of how, like, we're gonna till the land, like that's the easy part. You know what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely, absolutely.
Like you got to get the land first, and like I said again, it's gonna take capital to drive that force. The
Okay,
capital is something we can easily get political power. All we gotta do is band together.
okay,
It's the economics what's gonna be the
I
main
agree.
drive force.
I agree
So
with you.
once we get the economics, and like I said, this is only my opinion. We can debate it. We can do whatever however you want to do it. In my opinion, the only way to get that economics is going to be through reparation.
Okay. As a former member of NKrumah, I agree with reparation.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely going to have to talk.
We definitely gonna have to talk. I mean, in the chapter here, I was part of NKrumah when we had Mama and Jerry when she was around.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know her, but when she passed away, the leadership kind of changed, and then I just kind of stopped going. But I mean, but my stance on reparation has never changed, MD. Okay, so I didn't know that coming into the show. So now things make more sense. Even with the last show, I said, okay, now it's all making sense. So yeah, that's why I said we would have to do a whole another. That requires a lot of time, MD, breaking that because
Yeah.
just that little portion right there. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Only thing with NKrumah, like I said, I know NKrumah's been around for a while,
Right, right.
but as of right now, the NKrumah stance is not my stance. So
Okay, okay,
just
okay,
to let you
okay,
know that.
okay. No, no, no. Respect. Hey, I get it, brother. And I mean, I would have to talk to you more about that because, like I said, I was really supporting Mom and Jerry on that, but it seems like, oh man, that's a whole nother topic. But okay, well, actually, it could kind of relate to it because when you talk about reparations, I guess my next question, MD, would it go? It would go individually, right, to the families.
Yeah. It would be a lineage based platform, in
Okay, right.
where you would have to basically register your lineage within whatever database that they come up with,
Okay,
and the reparations would go from there. Now I don't believe that everybody should have a lump sum like all together at one time. I don't like if it were me, I wouldn't do that.
okay,
I think it'll be an accumulation over time. But
okay. Now, what if there's a death in the family? So then they go to their. How would it work like a will?
somewhat, yeah, it could be a trust. It
Okay,
could be a trust, just like the former Freedmen's Trust. It could
okay,
work. It could work the same way.
okay, okay. So, um, I mean, oh, shoot, break down a Foreman Freeman's trust for us real quick, brother.
Well, I mean, so we know. I believe they stopped the Freedmen's Trust I think it was 1874.
Okay.
So after emancipation, you know, they set up the Freedmen's Bank and Dawes Rolls and all. Well, the
Right.
Dawes Rolls was something separate. That was Indian freedmen, but
Okay.
so they set up the Freedmen Trust and Bank, and it was originally set up like for us to accumulate through sharecropping and
Right.
store our wealth that way. But they end up stealing the money, and it collapsed I believe the year was 1874. I could be wrong. So we all know what happened to that. Like that was just white folks doing white folks. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think it would have been different if we would have set up more of a political platform then. But now we have the opportunity to do that. Like
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
So I believe we'll be ironclad as far as setting up the same type of system with a Freedmen's Trust, and it'll be payments over time. You wouldn't necessarily get a lump sum, just one time lump sum. Oh, that's your money. You go out and buy Mercedes, and out. Like me personally, reparations. I don't give a damn what you do with your money.
Right.
You know, it's your money. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right.
Like your lineage suffered through it. I don't give a damn if you blow it all. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Makes sense.
So when people come up with that argument, I'm like, why do you even care? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Right. We not.
Yeah.
I that makes sense. That makes sense.
But yeah, so like I was set up, like I said, a Freedmen Trust, and you would get payments every year. Also, I believe as freedmen, that should be a protected class, meaning we should be tax free, just like the tribes are.
Yes.
Just like the tribes are.
Agree.
Tribes making billions of dollars every year off casinos, they paying a dime in tax.
Facts.
So I think we should be a protected class in that manner.
Absolutely.
That's going to give us a head start in accumulating capital to build that wealth that we need as a nation. Right. And let me also say this: with everything I just said, it may sound good, but this is only for specific people. This is delineation. This is only for the freedmen, Black Americans right here that were born in this country, that are descendants of slaves in the nation. Nobody else. So if you Caribbean, like you come on, do what you got to do, but you gonna invest your own money to build with us. We're not gonna do it for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother topic in itself.
Yeah.
You know, as far as CARICOM and all that.
Oh, go
so, you know, so like this is a lineage-based operation. So in my opinion, the Mississippi campaign is lineage-based. Like I'm not saying that anybody else can't join. I'm not saying that, but it's not going to be on the dimes of us. You know what I'm saying?
So then, and real quick, because I know you want to do a whole nother topic on that. You got Jamaican, let's say, just say second generation born. So I guess we would already have a system in play to kind of see how far this thing goes back, MD, or what we talking about?
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, it'll be all lineage based. So if you could trace your lineage back to American chattel slavery, it's no problem, and most of us can easily do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It don't take much. And that'll be another thing. In the state, it'll be state-sponsored genealogy for every Black American in the state.
Okay.
Free of charge.
Okay, you said free of charge, so there's already a budget in place to kind of support this system, correct?
Well, I mean, you can always misappropriate funds from other stupid shit that they got going on in Mississippi, and just redirect it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like money in this country, man, is we all know is spent on dumb stuff, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can always redirect the money. Like money, once you got control of the state fund, money is not going to be an issue as far as what we need to get done any longer.
Okay.
It's just you telling where you want the money to go. It's always flowing. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
It's always flowing. So yeah, all you gotta do is redirect that money from hell. I don't know, the damn whatever they got going on in Mississippi. They don't need that no more. Redirect.
Exactly.
Put it in the genealogy fund. You know what I mean?
Right. I got.
Yeah,
right.
just redirect it. Unscrew the pipe, put your pipe on, and let it flow. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do.
Okay. Damn, MD. Hey, man, I'm right. I'm just like what y'all talking about. Is so many other topics we can come. Man, it's man, fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want people to understand, like, when you dealing, like, the whole Mississippi campaign is based off of lineage. That's it.
All right.
I don't want to hear nothing about being no Aboriginal. I don't want to hear nothing about being no Hebrew Israelite. You could be all that stuff once we get delineated on the part that we know that's fact, and that's Black America. Once we get that part done, you be whatever the hell you want to be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I love
As long as you getting the work that's being done in the state, hey, biker mice from Mars, from the planet Blue. I don't care where you're from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you got to do, and let's delineate and be on topic with the economic standpoint that we're working on right now.
Got you. Okay. Hey, MD, man, we gotta. Oh man, there's so many side topics we can be discussing. God dang, man.
It's a political platform.
Yeah.
That should be the only point that's being made right now in 2022. Okay. Political platform. If you're not talking that, you ain't talking nothing.
Facts.
And I want to say this too, Black Son.
Okay.
Pan-Africanism. A lot of people think that reparationists are just like blasting pan. A lot of them are. I ain't gonna say they ain't. A lot of them are blasting Pan-Africanism, but I look at it like this. I look at talking about Pan-Africanism right now is putting the cart before the horse. Pan-Africanism to me should be the last chapter, Revelation, the end of the book. You know what I mean? That's my opinion.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to necessarily bash Pan-Africanism because I could see where it could like truly support all the people in the diaspora. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we all come from individual nations, whether we wanted to be in that particular nation or not.
Right.
All the people that's in Brazil that far outnumber us, they not worried about delineation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hell, they went down to Brazil and Sao Paulo and all that. They start screwing each other. They don't know what they is now.
Right. That's
but the fact of the matter is, they always came from slaves born in that country.
That's right.
They don't look at that no more. So how can we talk about Pan-Africanism? They only take a sliver of their genealogy and only tack it on to African history. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Black Americans in this country, yeah, only a sliver. We might accept our African past and the things that we try to say that maybe was incorporated into our culture today, but that ain't got nothing to do with us politically. Hell, Africa itself, they don't know if they're going up or down. Every time you turn around, it's something going on politically in Africa.
That's right.
Just yesterday, the French ambassador was in Ghana. Hell, they damn near crowned the queen of Ghana. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to look at like what's going on politically in these different countries. If they're not even working on their political aftermath, we can't worry about what's going on in these other countries, man.
I agree.
Well, we ain't got time for it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that, MD. I'm with you on that because man, that's another topic.
We ain't got time for it, man. We ain't got time. Like, we can go and spend buku amount of dollars in Ghana and Congo and wherever we want to go. That money is not even going to that population of people.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to look at. It's all about the paper trail. We got to look at these paper trails for these countries. You know what I mean?
Right.
If the paper trail ain't right, like, we definitely ain't gonna be right. So you can move to wherever you want. You can buy whatever plot of land you want. You can say, "Oh yeah, I'm African. I've expatriated and blah 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 this and that." It's not helping nobody else but yourself. So just say you're an individual Pan-African. I ain't got no problem with you doing that. But don't try to put it on the rest of the people. You know what I mean?
Man, you just said, you said a mouthful, MD.
So we gotta look at that. Like you was talking about with Anon, man. Like, you could take 1,000 people over there. That number is not even readable on the Richter scale as far as the amount of people that's here in this country. So like we have to think with a political mindset. If we don't, we lose every time.
Facts.
Again, government is the game. Politics is how it's played. I don't care how you look at it.
No way around it.
You know what I mean? So that's the mindset we got to be in.
That's the way we got. That's the way we got to roll. I don't see no other way because our people aren't going to pick up no guns and try to do anything. That's out. That's not going to never happen. That you're not dealing with people.
Right.
They're not in there. They don't have that mindset. So you know that your little group, should you want to do that, this gun will put you down in a matter of hours. Matter of fact, your own people who you claim you're fighting for, they would be there with the gun with them to blow your house up.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna mention no guns, but Angel and MD, y'all already know this is the arena, so you know it's gonna be some people that have something to say about this show. So y'all gotta be on call. You, Angel and MD, y'all not gonna leave me on the arena. Because I already know there's gonna be some pushback on this show. MD, I know you're a working man. I know you got your business, but you better be on call, brother. You got to be on call, brother. What day is good for you? I know you got your own schedule, but what day is good for you, brother? And Angel, you got to be on call too, man, because I've already see some.
I'm available almost anytime. Myself.
Okay. Because y'all know it's gonna be some pushback.
Well, you expect pushback because you have persons, and see, this is another thing. We've done it that way. We've tried doing those things that way when the people had more of a mindset that way. But even back then, during the 60s, when the mindset was there, it was just a slight handful of people. Because I'm looking at my own family members. How many people in your own family marched with Dr. King, participated in the civil rights movement, was part of the Black Panthers or SNCC or a core? My people didn't do nothing. I was a little boy. Look, Black son, I was a little boy, about 8 years old. And I protested against Jim Crow the best I could.
Right.
Because it was when I was growing up, it was mandatory that you stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your hand on your heart. And I told them I'm not doing that.
Right.
And they was like, hey, you son, you're gonna have to, I'm not doing that. I've been reading all this Elijah Muhammad stuff. I'm like, I'm hyped up. I'm not doing that. And they brought me to my mother, called my mother. He's not standing up for the flag or whatever. My mother, now, this is the most militant she ever been. My mother said, my son don't have to do it. If he don't want to do that, he ain't doing it. My mama backed me up. And I did not stand up for the flag. I talked about this country and what the hell, the evil they was doing to me and my people. And I was a little boy. Now, mind you, no adults stood with me. Anything that I did a protest, no adults would help me. I always alone. My classmates didn't help me. No adults helped me. I do that by myself. I was the original Michael Evans. Michael Evans.
Right.
I was doing it by myself, the militant midget. And the sad thing about it, Black Sound, I was the most scariest child in the world. Jump at my own shadow.
Right.
But when it came to that, I'll protest and I'll talk. The scariest person in the world. The way I figure it, see, there's nothing wrong with telling yourself that you're scared. Who wants to die? Who wants to get hurt? There are people who make mockery of Dr. King and Ralph Abernathy, his wife, and all those people. Oh, it's easy to get bit by a dog. And no, it's not. Who the hell wanted to get bit by a dog? Sprayed with fire hoses. That's not easy to do.
Especially not the German Shepherd shit.
These German Shepherds bite.
Yeah, shoot, that's a different type of bite.
And look at us as a people. We so pitiful as a people. Children. Because the adults wouldn't take care of business. Children said, let me leave my classroom. And they went out and filled the jails and was bit by dogs and fire hoses. Children took action.
Right.
Where was their parents? Where was the adults at? That's how messed up we are. Because I told you, my mother and all my people, They benefited from all this activity. They didn't participate. And that's why I say, unless people show real interest in Mississippi campaign or whatever, I'm not going to go out here, get in my little car, move to Mississippi, and go to the different politicians and try to sell them. I'm not doing nothing to these ingrates. And I'm on the internet listening to this new generation make mockery of Malcolm, make mockery of Dr. King, make mockery of Harry. I heard them make mockery of Harriet Tubman. They make mockery about people.
Right.
So you think I'm going to do that for these ingrates? Oh, no, not the kid. If it's time for you to die, maybe that's a good thing for you. Go extinct and die. I accept the reality of things. All stories don't have a good ending. These Black Power people tell this beautiful, glorious story.
Right.
There's a lot of people on this planet have went extinct. And you can get in line just like they did. And maybe that's a good thing for you, because actually the so-called Negro shouldn't exist anyway. We are a consequence of the slave plantation. That's how we come into existence.
Yeah, but somebody can use that. I mean, if you just talk about science, every race of people since Homo sapien came about has always been conglomerate of races. So the same people that existed in Egypt are no longer here. The same people that existed, let's say, even during Shaka Zulu's time, those people have been intermingled with different tribes. So technically they're no longer here, because that was during Queen Victoria's age. The people in England, that race of people just on that island no longer exists, because you've had like different French, Belgian, even Africans. Like when they talk about, Britain, when they wear those tall things, they get Queen Victoria. They did that when they made truce with the Zulus. The Zulus, that's where they get it from. You know what I'm saying? So, no, there's no such thing as no pure race of people in any place. I mean, the only place I can argue, and even they're been diluted now, once upon a time was Japan, because they were on the island. But the Japanese are nothing but dang Chinese people that went to Japan and got on the island. They're Chinese and Japanese are the same people. So I say that to say this. So when people talk about, pure race and all that stuff, it don't even exist even in Africa. Now, they did find one tribe that was interbreeding, and a lot of them had like 3 fingers and 2 toes, and you still got those people around. But no, the genetics have to. Yeah, the genetic pool has to keep going. You can't marry your damn cousin, and you can't do that. Your gene pool won't allow it. Exactly. So it's just that's just science in itself. We're gonna. I mean, even if at some point in time there's going to be a new race of people over in this land and that land, and then people are going to come together. So the people that exist now we're not going to exist in this form as of now. Meaning, I don't know. I give it's a cycle every so often. And so I say that to say this is that, like, the people like in Egypt during Imhotep and all of that, King Tut and all that stuff, they don't exist anymore. That's why when these Hebrews to Israelites talk about, we come from the land of Shem, Japhet, and the people don't exist no more. Not in that form. They wouldn't even recognize the people over here. Like, they were like, no, you went back in time, you wouldn't even you wouldn't recognize them, they wouldn't recognize you genetically. Yeah, so that's just
they like to choose. I notice they like to choose extinct dead folks or whatever to be claiming or whatever.
Right.
Because there are African people who would tell you in your face, I don't know you. I'm not kidding you. Right. They'll tell you in your face. So they choose somebody that will accept them. We're always looking for acceptance some damn where, somebody. Always want to be accepted. I don't care about these people. Why you want to be them anyway? What make them so spectacular? Right. What's so spectacular about calling yourself an African or something like that? What's spectacular about that?
Right. And somebody that might be watching this show later on, they're going to say, Black Son, well, MD said, the genetic. that's still in our lifetime. So when MD was talking about, the lineage thing, that's still in our lifetime.
In
So
our
when I talk
lifetime.
about, when I talk about like that Hebrew Israelite Bible stuff, that's not our lifetime. You know what, Yahweh and Mohammed's and all that, that's not our lifetime. And then you go back to the Khufu and King, all them Egyptian kings, that's not.
But that's not us anyway.
Right. Because so that's a whole different.
The American Negro has never lived in a foreign land. Never. Have never lived in a foreign land, never lived independently. We've always lived right here with the good old massa. Now, there are those who would say otherwise, and I asked them about the CC. The CC is, what is your direct connection? What is our contribution to that history? I was on a social thread, and one of the things an African said, he said the reason why African Americans aren't African because you don't live here. He said, end of story. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Right. Yeah. Right. And
we have I've researched and listened to Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, and all these different historians. I've looked at their work, and I'm trying to find out how do we, accept our skin color and what we look like or whatever, what is our direct connection to Egypt or to any Africans or these people? There's no direct connection to these people, and we definitely don't have a contribution to their history. The only history we have is right here in America. Africans don't talk about us at all. We are not mentioned in African history, period. They don't talk about, there's some long lost cousins and relatives over there in America. They don't talk that stuff there.
So
we're not in their history books.
So, Angel, are you saying Pan-Africanism is another form of utopia?
Yeah, it's another form of utopia. Just like Brother MD said, the concept of it is beautiful. The concept of that. What's wrong with all of us in similar circumstance? We come together and work together as one. There's nothing wrong with that. Problem is, the Africans themselves ain't interested. Never been interested. They would rather the continent go to hell than unite with one another. Colonel Gaddafi, he's an Arab or whatever.
Yeah.
He tried to create a banking system for Africa, an Arab. And some people believe that's the real reason why they wanted him assassinated, get him out the way, because he was working to try to get those African nations together so they would depend on themselves, start their own banking system so they don't have to depend on Europe. That was the real reason why they made that move on Gaddafi.
Right.
But see, Gaddafi, I don't know what world he lived in. Sir, you give up the nuclear weapons, you done. That's the only thing keeping you alive, bro.
That's a fact. That's
the only thing keeping you alive.
Man,
as soon as he decided to break down his nuclear arsenal.
Let me tell you what happened with Gaddafi.
The clock started ticking on Gaddafi.
Gaddafi, and this is why I act like a fucking ape shit on Gorilla on that last show. Gaddafi drank the Obama Kool-Aid. Yeah. I have a show that I did years ago called The Handshake Assassin. Gaddafi was so giddy when he met Obama. He was like, oh man, he was so happy. He tried to give him a book and this and that. And I was like, dude, Obama's not your friend. But Gaddafi drank the Obama Kool-Aid. MD, I know you got something to say, brother.
So the whole thing with Gaddafi was, you have to understand, the continent of Africa is a buffer continent. It's a buffer between the East and the West and the European nations in the North. That's why the continent is in such disarray.
Right.
It's a buffer continent. What Gaddafi was doing was trying to set up an economic system in the continent. Once that was done, just like what we talking about with the Mississippi campaign, the economics would have brought capital to the continent, definitely to North Africa. What that would have done was implement a true African infrastructure.
Right.
The Americans do not want that. Because if who's to say that, okay, we set up for life now. We can do true tariff trades with other countries. Not okay, China man, you come over here and take everything. We gonna work for you, and that's gonna be our economy. No, it was gonna be a true barter system where we can say, hey, look, Russia, we got such and such goods. we need you to run this pipeline directly to us. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
America don't want that.
Right.
It's all about ground. Look at what's going on in Ukraine right now.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
America don't give a damn about Ukraine.
No,
they care about the ground. It's about gaining ground, losing ground. That's war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Ukraine is, for America, that's gaining ground further east. For Russia, is no, we losing ground. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the whole war. Like this whole, I don't even consider it a war.
No.
I consider it a proxy war because the media will tell you whatever they want to tell you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Me and you both know Russia, if they wanted to, can annihilate that country in a day.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
At this point, it's a media war. That's what it is.
That's right.
America does not want the continent of Africa to truly unite, because once they do that, it's going to be a 50-50 chance that they might ride with us or they might ride with the East.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want that, and that's why they had to take Gaddafi out, because he was finna set it up.
Damn.
He was finna set it up.
MD, you know I got to put you on the spot now, man.
Go ahead, man.
Okay. Goddamn, because you know your shit.
Yeah, I do a little. I as a read.
No. You know your shit, man. No.
That's why it takes it takes more than one person. It takes more than one organization. It's going to take all of us together on the same playing field. We can get this job done. We got everything. Right. We got everything that we need. We have the brain power. We have the technical skills. The only thing we don't have is the right mindset. That's the only thing that we don't have. Okay. Once we get the right mindset, we already on the bottom. Okay. It's nothing, only one way to go. We already on the bottom.
Don't go nowhere, MD. I'm gonna put you on the spot, baby. Don't go nowhere.
I'm here, man. I'm here.
Okay. I'm gonna put you on the spot because I know you know your shit. Brittany Griner, man. Putin said he really negotiate. What's up?
I mean, I don't really take much into it. Like, she, you know, like, yeah, she may be something to us in America. She's not really no political chess piece for the record.
Oh shit! So okay.
I don't believe so. No.
So
you know, like I said, this is a media war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like she played she a tall black girl played basketball.
Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like whereas where we got a real live war criminal. Right. You know what I'm saying? like if you was in that table, would you think of that as a fair trade?
No.
Like real talk.
I'm real talk. Yeah, talk to me, MD.
Like that's not a fair trade at all. You a basketball player for a killer. You know what I'm saying? And I think that guy that we got here, he was I think he was charged with what, espionage and some more stuff. Like, come on, man, that's not no fair trade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, the only reason that Russia even putting her face on the screen is for media. That's
got you. Okay. Got you.
I'm pretty sure they're willing to let her go for nothing. Like Russia, they don't care. Like all this is a big joke.
Right.
They toying with the U.S.
Damn.
At this point, the only reason they doing it is because the U.S. They know this is something that they really didn't have nothing to do with. Right. But the U.S. looking at it as being a buffer country. Ukraine is a buffer country.
That's right.
That's what they are. That whole little region right there, like the U.S. needs that in order to surround Russia. That's the goal.
Right.
They want to surround Russia. That's the whole goal. The Georgian crisis.
Yeah, we talked. Me and Yanga talked about it earlier in Yanga. We said that the whole purpose was NATO was to go after the Soviet. There's no more Soviet Union. What are y'all doing? Talk to me, MD. What they doing?
It's a big game. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Luckily, you got neutral countries like Mongolia and, like I said, Georgia is basically Russian control right now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, because Georgia tried that same shit.
Yeah, Georgia tried the same shit, and then what they do, they rushed them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ran in and goddamn bitch slapped their asses.
Like at any point in time, Russia can annihilate any of these countries that surround them. at any point in time.
That's right.
The X factor is NATO.
Yeah.
NATO don't care about protecting none of these countries. NATO won't control.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So at this point, it's not a war. It's not a physical war. Even though, yeah, like they still doing battles here and there.
Okay.
It's not a physical war anymore. It's a war to win the minds of the people. And right now, Ukraine is winning that war.
Whoa, MD. Oh, I gotta stop you right there, brother.
Go ahead.
So you didn't hear about all these people who are going from Ukraine to the Donbass? They saying
The reason, I mean, hell, if I was over there, I'd go over there too, because it's Russia.
so when that is it
But
Russia?
it's not about the Ukrainian people. It's about us.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The minds that they're winning is me and you.
Oh,
And the old little
okay.
white lady with the Ukrainian flag in her yard.
Yeah.
That's who's winning.
Oh, okay. I'm glad.
It's a media war.
Right.
The U.S. and NATO is winning the media war right now.
It ain't even about the Ukrainian people. Like,
no,
it's about, oh, damn. Oh, God damn, MD. Whoa, damn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a media war.
Right.
Yes, you have physical battles going on, but them is minuscule at this point. How you gonna fight Russia, a superpower?
Right.
Ukraine, this little bitty old country. Yep. That's basically on child support from the U.S. right now, getting $1 billion every month. Do you really mean to tell me that any point in time Russia can just say, "Hey, man, it's time to go home, man. Let's rush them." Any point in time they can do that.
That's right.
Why haven't they done it yet? It's because the perception of what they see on the media versus the perception of what the Russian control media is doing to their country.
Right.
See, that's where we have the advantage. The U.S. has the advantage because they're more broad as far as the coverage of everybody else in the world.
Right.
Russia don't have that. RT, I used to watch RT. RT ain't on YouTube no more.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by media war.
Okay.
That's what this is at this point. It's not about the physical fights. It's about who can win the perception of right versus wrong.
Who can paint the better narrative.
Correct.
Damn. God damn, this show was fire.
I'm glad you brought that up, MD, because I was wondering why you was talking. Russia is it's a land war, and they bringing in their troops and on the ground. I know if it was the United States, one of their first strategies that they use and the United Nations use on Libya, they bring in the Air Force, and the Air Force bomb the hell out of you. You know, weaken up the military of the country.
Right.
Because Libya couldn't fight. They don't have that kind of.
They don't have the air defenses for it. Right.
Yeah, they don't have that.
But so remember what you just said. Mm-hmm. Use that same strategy against a superpower that's got anti-air missiles and whatever else they, all the weapons that Russia has with Libya. Mm-hmm. You tell me what they're gonna do.
Damn.
The U.S. ain't gonna do that. They're not gonna do it. Putin them already said, "Hey, look, didn't Putin when it first started? Putin said, I know the Donbass region, that eastern region, the Donbass and Donetsk and all that was off limits. Putin told him, if you bring air forces in that area, it is going down."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think Biden doubled down? Nope. Biden said, "Hey, here go a couple billion. Do what you do." You know what I'm saying? Biden ain't stupid. He know if he do anything dumb, we talking about fallout.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's an idiot, but he ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
MD, what do you think about that woman? What's her name? That what's that old geezer woman?
Pelosi.
Yeah, and she went on over there to Taiwan.
Taiwan, dumbass.
I mean, the same thing. Like, she went in the dead of night, snuck into Taiwan to have this meeting or whatever. So, trying to flex their muscle. Again, both of those countries know, like you do you do what it do, like we're gonna make it go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now China ain't no fool either. They don't want to go full blown nuclear war.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's all again. These wars, we're not talking about invasions. We're not talking about like
Right.
just like it's proxy wars that
Right.
lead up to it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about the perception of what you're doing to the rest of the people in the world. Is it right or is it wrong? When Pelosi went over there to Taiwan, what did the Chinese do? They went on this media campaign.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They had the ambassador to China, the Chinese ambassador to Taiwan, all on CNN. Reading up, he wasn't even, what the crazy part about it is when that guy went on Anderson Cooper, the Chinese guy, he was reading off a teleprompter. They had already wrote his stuff for him. You know, like it's all about the media. They have to, before we do anything, we have to convince you that what we're about to do, killing all these people, is right. That's what they got to do first. It don't matter what country, no matter big or small country, it don't matter. I have to. My goal is to convince you what I'm about to do is right.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
That's the war with Russia and NATO right now. It's a battle of convincing the rest of the people in the world what I'm doing is right. You see, Russia, they got what allies they got right now? India.
Yeah.
They got so a few countries. I know they had that conference, like I think it was about a month ago.
Oh,
with,
don't forget
Ru-
Iran. Don't forget Iran.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Iran,
Mhm.
Russia. The conference they had with Brazil.
Yeah.
What was the African country they had? Like it's countries that, first of all, the countries that are like tied to Russia, they're tied to Russia because of oil.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They don't like we would you no matter what. I don't care what you do. Kill all of them. As long as you're giving us our oil, we good.
Mhm.
They,
You know what I'm saying? It's proxy. It's never about people. It's
Right.
never about that.
that's
They
right.
care less about the people. It all ties into money. That's why the Mississippi campaign is so important. Because when it go down in the U.S. with this Trump thing, we'll have some leverage.
Mm.
You know
Ooh.
what I'm saying?
Damn, MD, you about to turn this into goddamn. Damn.
I ain't
Now
got
you
nothing.
know.
Hey, I'm on a reset, man. I ain't got nothing to do.
Shit, god damn. You just, I mean, you're dropping so many jewels right now. God damn. You just brought up Trump, baby. Man, god damn. I gotta have you back home, bro. I gotta have both y'all back home because he just, man, Deacon Twin, y'all hear this? He just, man, he dropping titles. You dropping
Yeah.
title after title after title. Damn, MD.
Hey, but facts though. When like with this whole thing with Trump, he got his loyalists, right?
Yeah.
He got his people that's gonna ride with him no matter what.
Yes,
Now
sir.
these are dumbass people, right? These are mostly bigot and people that's basically detached from the rest of the world.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Those are your average Trump supporter. Now, in our eyes, we look at that like, look at these racists, like, why, you know? But in their eyes, they're looking at it as protecting the country
Mhm.
by all means. They tie everything to economics, gas prices. You know what I mean? Supply chain. Everything is always tied to economics. Us as black folks in this country, we don't have a rope to tie on to. You know what I'm saying? We the lowest of the low. All the people that they shove down our throat on social media, on TV, all these rich black folks. But we only got 0.1% of the wealth in this country. How is that possible?
Right.
Mm.
When 90% of the TV and Facebook and Twitter is black folk with money.
Facts.
Like it don't add up. So what I'm telling you is they got us set in this talented tenth mentality where we have to look at all the rest of the quote unquote successful black folk and look at them to strive for anything political in this country. They don't speak for 40 million, 45 million of us.
Mhm.
So just think if we were to, again, remember I told you, Talik,
Mhm.
it's only going to take 30% of the black folks in this country that live in the north, northeast, midwest, west. If only 30% of those people reverse migrated back down south, not only Mississippi that we will have control, but the rest of the South as well.
Right. Right.
So just think, like, if we had that mindset, the political power that we would have. First, you get the political power, then you get the capital, then you get the economics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whatever we say goes at that point in the South.
Right.
Because we would be controlling the money.
We'd be a block. Yeah, that's right.
And we wouldn't have to look at LeBron James or Cardi B or whoever to tell us who to vote for. Because we would be voting based off our dollar, what's in our pocket.
That's right.
We're not doing that right now because we ain't got it. So that goes back to me saying we have to have something to come on the board with. Right now, if we come on the board, we're going to void it out because we don't got it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want people to think that we looking at it as a handout, because that's not it. We looking at it as a piece to get on the board. When you play Monopoly, you got to play with the iron board, you play with the cat. We ain't got nothing to play with.
Right. Yeah.
So just like, look, all we asking is like, look, we need a piece so we can start playing. Everybody in this country got a piece of the pie, except for the American black man. Everybody did. I don't care how you try to complicate it or slice it. No, every nation. The first ethnic group in this nation is the German American. Now that we even got to break it down with the white folk. It's the German American, and even though we only like around, I believe that number is skewed because black folk don't like to do census. Well, I think it's way more than that.
Yeah.
But even with the stats now, we're the number 2 ethnic group still. It's German American, then it's black.
Damn.
So like, we don't understand that the power that we could possess, we could really do it overnight if we wanted to.
Damn.
But politically, we just not tied together. Once that happens, it's over with. I'm telling you, it's over with. Once we can get on one accord politically, like it's done for. Like we gonna be good to go in terms of anything that we want in this country. But y'all go ahead.
Man. Angel, you want to close this out? I mean, goddamn, woo.
I want to send a shout out to my Facebook people. They sitting back and enjoying. I was just typing on my Facebook. So I want to send a shout out to my audience on Instagram and Facebook. We're doing this simulcast. Okay, let's come up with some closing remarks here. Actually, I mean, how can I follow behind MD? Really, how can you follow behind that? I mean, he broke it down. There's really nothing else really basic to say. There's nothing else really to say about it. But I can say this, because you were saying earlier, Blackson, about the backlash.
Yes.
See, the Mississippi campaign, the way it's designed, the way we should look at it, it's created so it can embrace all of us under one umbrella.
Okay.
So that we can move in one manner. We're not going to get anywhere. Everybody doing different things. Because I talk to people all the time and I tell them about the Mississippi campaign. Well, good luck. We're going to do our thing and you do your thing. We're not going to get nowhere. That's like your body. This hand said, well, I'm going to go here over here and do my over here. And this hand said, I'm going to go over there. This leg want to go over there. How you going to walk? Your body can't function that way. Your body functions as a unit. We move together or we don't do it at all. And if we don't move together, something is wrong. There's a sickness. There's a handicap. We got a people here that don't know how to move together as one. There's a sickness. There's a handicap. Something is wrong. We should be moving together. The Mississippi campaign brings that healing, because whether you're a Nation of Islam is known for their military setup.
Right.
Nation of Islam is known for their educational setup. You got a whole state to work with. There's a place for everybody. Find your spot. Do your thizzy. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like MD20. When you go to the job, you don't like everybody on the job. Everybody is there for a reason and a purpose. You do your job. So when that car come out the factory, that's what it's all about. So that Dodge truck that you're gonna sell for $70,000, $100,000, that's the purpose of all of us working together. Everybody on the job don't like everybody. There were people who got championships with Michael Jordan that don't even like Michael Jordan. I see interviews. I don't like Michael Jordan. But I understood Michael Jordan could get me a ring. They understood that. And it took a little while. Michael Jordan understood, if I don't play team ball, I'm not going to never get a ring.
Right.
Dr. Claude Anderson said, and I got the video on my channel somewhere. You can subscribe to get all my videos because I'm always getting flagged and terminated, whatever. You can go to my Rumble channel, and I put everything on Rumble. I don't have no problems on Rumble. And Dr. Claude Anderson said, racism is a team sport. So that tells us we got to play as a team. You don't necessarily like everybody on the team. Matter of fact, some of us are in families. We don't like our mama, don't like our daddy. But until you can do better for yourself, damn, I got to deal with mama until I can get out of this house. You're just going to have to deal with it till you can do better. Once you get settled, and see, this is the thing about it. I don't like Blackson don't like me. But see, this is the thing about working with people. When you work with people, you're forced to work with people, and you get to talk to people and you work with them or whatever. After a certain amount of time, you say, hey, Blackson not as bad as I thought he was. Because you're both working together to accomplish one goal.
Right.
Matter of fact, even with women, there's some women, man, damn, she ugly. She ugly. Look at her. She ain't got no ass. God dang. Yeah. Next thing you know, you done married her. Because you really got to know that woman. You really got to know her outside of her physical body. You got to know her as a person, and you begin to find out, damn, we compatible. Well, she don't have the ass that I like, but I'm going to work with that. And that's how it is when we start working together. We got to work together, people. If we don't work together, we're done. Dr. Claude Anderson goes on to say, you're going to mess around and become a permanent underclass. And the worst thing that can happen is we go extinct. The end. Interbreeding with other people and mixing and whatever. Matter of fact, it's already in action right now. There are places like in Texas, they want to write Black history out of American history. They already want to write us out of history. Period. Why should they care about what Black people do? Look, social media is good, social media is bad. I learned a lot of things on social media. People make posts of information about what Black Americans, my people, have done in this country. I had no idea. We considering the oppression that we've been under and where we come from, we some bad mama jammas. Can you imagine what we can accomplish once we get that kind of stress off of us? And maybe that's the reason why a lot of folks don't like us. Because, hell, we still able to accomplish and be successful with all the stress, with all the hell that we catch. We still able to come out singing. Our people in slavery, they singing in the field, dancing under oppression, still can clap, still can sing. How y'all do that? We whooping y'all ass every day. We giving y'all some hell every day, 24 hours a day. And they still singing and clapping. And when they got Jesus, just made it better. Because they got hope now. It's a better way. And keep rolling. It was a sister on, I'm going to say this, it was a sister on Facebook, and she was talking about how I forgot exactly. It's a song or it's a book about how the caged bird sings.
Right.
Even though that bird is in a cage, it's locked up, it's still singing, moving like it's free. And that's how we are. But see, we getting ready to remove this cage because I'm telling you, it's our time. Everything is ready. This is really the perfect time because America can't fight on every front. They messing with the Ukraine. They messing with Taiwan and China. They got other stuff going on. This is the perfect time for us to make our move. They won't bother us like that. They can't fight everything.
Can I add to that? Can I add to that, Angel?
Go ahead.
What MD is saying about the media war,
Yeah.
Black people are the crux of that. I just thought about that. It just hit me.
So well.
We the crux, we the core of goddamn how the media really, I mean, if you don't convince Black people, it's a wrap.
That's it. Hey, you remember 2020, take your ass to the poll?
Yeah.
Hey, we are the force behind the media in this country.
Whoa.
You better believe it. You better believe it. You better believe it.
That just hit me, man. White people don't control the media like we do, bro.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say we control the media. I say we are the conduit that push the media out.
Thank you. That's what. Okay, you just took the words out of my mouth, man. Well, MD, what I'm trying to say is, if you don't convince Black people, I don't care. You can have a room full of 30 white people. For some reason, I feel like that those 3 Black people, you got to convince them, or it ain't going down. I know that don't make sense, but I'm just saying
it make total sense because you have to think we live in an age right now of what they call white guilt, right? So white people think even though they may not like us, even though they may not want to live with us, they want our approval.
They gotta convince us.
So when they push us out on the media, if it's an issue, like especially with this Democratic stuff we got going on.
Yes.
If we approve it, that's the green light for everybody else to approve. You know what I mean? So I mean, look at. Well, I can give you an example.
Break it down.
I don't think she come on TV no more, but the Ellen Show.
Ellen DeGeneres,
who Ellen pushed out on every single show. Black folk.
Black folk.
Crowd, a studio audience full of white folk.
Yep.
Like it's us who has to approve if this is right or wrong. Because if we say if that is wrong, the backlash don't come forth, right? And right now the white people don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Especially right now.
Damn it.
You say anything on Twitter, you say anything, it's going up under the microscope if you want it or not. So you have to understand, like right now, we are the conduit that pushes.
That's a fact.
I wouldn't even say the moral compass because like morality is subjective.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But
the narrative. The narrative,
right.
The narrative.
Whoever is in charge, I don't play conspiracy theory, but whoever is in charge of said media, it has to go through us to make sure it's good to go so we can push it out to everybody else.
So now I got 2 questions for you. MD, damn boy. You ready?
Go ahead.
Did you know about how America and NATO tried to push pressure on Ethiopia and Somalia to choose a side on the Ukraine Russia situation? Did you know about that?
Well, I had heard some stuff about Ethiopia. They was talking about them I think a couple of weeks ago on the news. Again, you have to remember these are buffer country.
Yeah.
Anybody that's a buffer country is subject to whichever side. If you can get to them first, you have leverage because you can basically try to bully them into doing what you want because it's neutral. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't necessarily say that Ethiopia and Somalia has historically been on the European front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you were to ask me, Like I think they'll buckle at some point in time.
Oh damn. Okay.
But
I mean, I got to take the truth, bro. You're bringing the truth, so
yeah. Before you close out, I just get my closing real quick.
please, sir. Please.
Everybody, people believe that white supremacy is the major fight in this country. I don't believe that.
Okay.
Not politically. Politically, the number one fight that we have as Black Americans is immigration.
Okay.
Go read Roy Beck, a white man. Go read Roy Beck's book, Back of the Hiring Line. Also, there's a video on YouTube with the guy Roy Beck. He got a video. It's called The Gumball Theory. I don't know if you ever heard of that. His name is Roy Beck. It's the Gumball Theory. The Gumball Theory, he got like, he on stage, he got like gumball machines everywhere.
Okay.
And all those gumball machines represent nations. And he takes gumballs out of each gumball machine and places it in the American gumball machine. And he's doing that to make a point. We're saying for every gumball that he puts in the American gumball machine out of all these other nations, it's taken away from your capacity in that said gumball machine. But it's not doing nothing for the poverty that's in these other nations.
Right.
So Mexico got millions and millions of people coming in, and they taking what they call the undesirable jobs, like black folks won't work. If black folks needed work, trust me, they'll work.
That's right. Facts.
And not only Mexican, of course, we all know affirmative action. Affirmative action has done nothing for the Black American in this country.
Right.
Affirmative action has done more for white women.
White women.
Than it has done for Black Americans in this country.
That's no secret. That's no secret. Indeed.
Not to mention, the Indians can go to medical school in their country for little or nothing and finish their schooling here off of affirmative action. The same with Korean. Like you live in Atlanta, Black Son.
Yeah.
On any day you can go to Emory University and don't see nothing but Korean. I only say that because my aunt she works at Emory, and every time if I'm in town I go pick her up. That's all I see.
That's right. No, you're right.
Like, hell, Koreans and Indians.
Yeah.
And they not student debt. They ain't got none.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So our number one fight here in this country is, in my opinion, like we can debate it, in my opinion, is immigration. Immigration is destroying the black people right now in this country. Read Roy Beck, that's his name. Back in the hiring line. He break it all the way down. But I'm gonna say peace to everybody, man. Y'all
Peace
go
to you,
ahead.
brother.
Black.
Hey, MD, man, what's your schedule like, man? Because
It's erratic, man. It like that. I'm on reset right now. But whenever I be free, man, usually I stop driving.
Because hey, you know how the arena go, man. Hey, me and Angel gonna need some backup because I already see it coming in, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, if I see y'all on, I'm getting on. That's what.
Okay. Because you know the Anons, I can go down the list. They coming, and even my boy Yanga. You know he's on a different level. So
that's what I need to holler at.
Okay.
That's what I need to holler at.
He gonna watch this show.
I need to holler at Yanga.
All I need to know.
Yeah, I need to holler at him.
Look, peace out to Yanga.
Peace out to Yanga. I just need you to be ready, MD. That's all I need, baby. That's all I need you to be ready.
Hey, if I'm part, man, I'll be in the chamber for you, man. I'll be in the chamber for you.
Man, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Hey, man. Woo, this is a fight. Hey, see you, MD.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Angel, this has been a fire show.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
Man. Just like I asked MD, what is the best? Because now I'm gonna be coming visiting your show too. Mm-hmm. What is a good day for you to grace us with your presence again?
Like I told you, I'm almost available almost any time.
You did say that. Okay. You did say that.
I'm almost available.
Okay. Because you know it's coming.
Yeah,
in fact, I'm gonna make this declarement. Black Sun is down with the Mississippi campaign. So now, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to back me up.
You're really gonna be hated now.
Hey, as long as I got y'all, I'm willing to go to war, man. I'm ready to go to war. I'm talking about y'all have heard all these ideologies, and Mississippi campaign is the most sound. But with that being said, it's a price to pay. They gonna come for all of us. They coming, especially now that we got Reality's Temple and the arena. They gonna be mad.
Oh,
They
well.
gonna be mad. Oh well, right. But I just need y'all on deck.
We can't do nothing about people's emotions.
I know, but I just wanna, man. Oh man, I love this. I love it, man. I
wanna shout out to the Deacons of Reality in the chat room. Twin Pyramid, Soul Brother 85, all my crew, Reality's Temple, Mellow Cap, Sister Ann, Razzie Fry, Angela Hines, Tafari Smith. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Almond Delight. I know I can't forget Almond Delight. Who am I missing? Somebody? Twins, help me. I want to
take your time. Take your time.
Twins,
Deacon, help them out, man. Put it in the chat.
I think I got the main. I only have 10 subscribers. I only have 10 subscribers. I only get 10 views.
Bell. Did you shout out Bell?
Who?
Bell.
Brother Talib.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brother Talib.
Okay.
Yeah, Razzie. I said Razzie.
Okay, that's right.
Razzie Fry. Okay. Mellow Cap, Sister Ann, Tafari Smith, Angela. Oh, Brother Denzel. Forgot Brother Denzel. Brother Khalil. And we got some other brothers and sisters that I hope to get board on, some new faces to get on Soul Train. I'm on social media. I'm always bothering people. I make friends. I also make enemies.
Right. Well, I'm ready.
Oh, Phil Fox. Yes.
Yeah,
Phil Fox.
Okay.
Phil Fox.
Denzel, yeah.
Yeah, because it was a brother. I have brothers that want to come and they want to humiliate and embarrass me. I said, well, you can do that on my channel. I mean, I'm open. Oh, Sister Tangi. How can I forget Sister Tangi? Sister Tangi and her daughter, India, her daughter, Leah, and her son, Josiah. How can I miss Sister Tangi? But I think I covered everybody.
Yeah. I mean, man, shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
Mississippi campaign, like I said, Angel, it's the most sound. I definitely, man, I love it. I love it. Like I said, you ain't got to give up no great sacrifices. It's practical. Yeah. Man, I put it up against all these other, let's go to Egypt or Israel. Let's go to, man, come on now.
It's not realistic. No, you can do that as an organization or individual. Our people, these black people, the 40 million, they don't have that kind of mindset. Matter of fact, you're gonna try hard as hell to try to convince them to do something political, which we vote and whatever. But to get them to understand, you're using your voting power to get some power. And this is the benefits of what you get. And it has nothing to do with your personal beliefs and ideology. This is just something so we as a people can do better as a whole. That's what it's about. Now, it can lead to those things. Like I told you, it can lead to a separate nation somewhere. But see, you got backup. You got backup. You're just not flying like those people. Those 1,000 people that go to Israel, whatever, you going on your own. What if you had the state of Mississippi to back you up? Send you supplies.
Good point.
Send you supplies, be a support system for you.
Right.
So those things, a state is like a country, really, because they do it here in the state where I live in. The governor can go to China, the governor can go to Africa and make deals for his state.
That's right. That's a fact.
And once we get some power, once we get something going, you talk about Africa, now you're in a position, look, we make good organic milk here.
Right.
That's my vision. My vision is to make Mississippi the world supplier of organic food.
Okay.
When you think about organic food,
you think about Mississippi.
First thing pop in your mind is, did it come from Mississippi? Because if it didn't come from Mississippi, it can't be.
Right. I like that. We
want to be able to control something. And we want to control organic food. Organic food is $1 billion industry.
That's right.
And we want to control it. And doing that creates jobs, like I told you. We need truck drivers. We need secretaries. Of course, we need people on the ground. We need a lot of things. Because the organic food, it's got to be picked. It's got to be shipped.
That's true.
It's got to be managed. Somebody got to sell the product to other places. You send your salespeople out.
You're talking about a lot of jobs.
Right, a lot of jobs.
Yeah, a lot
but
of jobs.
We want to be known. If you really want some good organic stuff, meat or produce, if it didn't come from Mississippi, then you ain't doing it good.
Make Mississippi great again.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
And see, at the same time, just like Brother Twain is saying, this is also the food that you're going to be giving to your people.
Right.
Better food. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about. I want to tell my farmers. I want to show the people. You need to educate the people on organic food, but you have to have the people give them a different mindset. Prove that your food is really organic. Leave some worms in there. Say, I'm a country boy.
Man, you about to, man, you were talking about a whole new generation,
I'm
Angel.
a country boy. We had worms in the apple.
I know.
The whole tree ain't, I mean, if you let it get out of hand, the worms will take over.
Right.
We rolled, my people were sharecroppers. All our food was organic. This organic product, that was ordered, that was every day for me when I was growing up.
Right.
I used to go out in the farm, pull out a turnip straight out the ground, knock the dirt off, ate the dirt and the turnip.
Right. Got your B12, yeah.
Yeah. No big deal. I used to eat dirt all the time. I used to go out there, pull it's dust and dirt on apples.
You know why that is, right? You know why that is? It's because of B12.
Yeah.
Your body was craving the B12 in the dirt.
But that's what I did. Right. But all our food was organic. Right. And you have a worm now and then, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And see, the thing about organic food, too, we don't waste nothing. Show the people, and we don't waste nothing.
Right.
Show the people, it don't have to be pretty to get ate. So what if the apple don't have it ain't formed the right way? You can still eat that. It's good. It's nutritious, good for you. Stop tripping on, they got to put plastic, because you know what they do? They put plastic on the apples to make them shine. You eating plastic and all. No. People need to be educated. You don't want no plastic in your diet. No. And all these different chemicals. We're going to give you some good food. And them cows, it might take a little longer. It might be a little bit more expensive, but your milk good. And we're going to leave some real butter in there so you can taste you some real milk, like when I was growing up. Some of these people never had real milk. We had a cow. You grab the udder, squeeze,
that's right,
straight out the cow.
Right, and I'm glad you mentioned apples, because natural apples have like a wood grainy look to it, because apples come from a tree, wood, so it has more. It doesn't have like even a shine. It has like a wood grain. Yeah, from like where the core is, and then you see like a little wood grain on the bottom, so it has like a real woody look to it. Yeah, real apples. Yeah, they don't look all shiny, and so you made a good point about the dang plastics.
But this is what we want to do. We want to become the world's biggest producer of organic food. Mm-hmm. Not only can we make money off of it, but that's the same food that we feed our people. And there's a whole lot of other stuff that goes along with this too, because we don't want to be dependent. I have a saying like this: if we can't produce it, I don't need it.
That's a good point.
I don't need it. Because there was a time in this country where a lot of towns in this country, they were self-sufficient. Yeah. They didn't produce it, they didn't get it. When I was growing up, we got oranges and bananas only around Christmas, the holidays, because we only consume what we produce. You can't produce oranges and bananas in Mississippi. Right. So for a special treat, Christmas or Thanksgiving, you have Brazil nuts and you would have oranges and bananas for a special treat. Because if you don't produce it, you don't need it. We don't need it.
Angel, I want you to be prepared because Anon, the competition is listening, because he has his plan. He's going to try to compare it. I know it ain't no competition, but he gonna have something to say about it. He gonna have something.
It's cool for individuals. Right. That's cool for individuals and an organization. Right. But when you talk about if you want to move 40-some million and try to get 40 million on board, they're not interested in that kind of thing. They're just not. Right. That's not my fault. You can get angry at me if you want to.
Oh yeah, I got you.
People don't want, because I know my own personal family. They don't talk about stuff like this at all.
Right.
Period.
That's right.
They're not interested. All thing they want to do is screw.
It seemed like, most of the time, it only took 3% to defend this country and actually build it, to make the actual revolution happen in America. Yeah. So it doesn't take a whole lot.
It's not going to take a whole lot.
It's not going to take a whole lot. So yeah,
they just waiting for the right leadership, the right moves. They will support it. They will support you. They're not going to support us. Everybody going in different directions, doing different things. Like, forget it. I'm not going to support nobody. I'm just going to live my Negro life. And that's what they've been doing.
Right.
But they are ready. The people are ready.
I know.
Talking with different people out in the streets or whatever, they are ready.
Well, nothing's by accident, Angel. All this, I mean, for the time you've been on YouTube, all the way up to now with this Russia-Ukraine conflict, and like MD was saying, we're the crux of the media. If you don't convince Black people, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap. Like you said, I don't know if it's Black, whatever you want to call it, Black guilt or whatever it is, you got to convince Black people here in America. And if we say no, it's a no-go, they have to rearrange their whole thing around. They have to rearrange, like MD was saying, Ellen DeGeneres, all her dang guests were always Black people. Always. Think about that. Yeah. So Angel, man, we went over 2 hours. Hey, just be on call, brother. Just be on call, because I might have to,
I'm always basically available almost any time, but it's according to how I feel, because I'm still a sickly person. I have my ups and downs.
No, I got you on that. Yeah. I got you. That's no problem. Like I said, I'm gonna be visiting your show as much, when I come home, just after I go to work or whenever. Now you can't do the shows too late for me. So, like I said, if it's a reasonable time, I will come.
Yes, sir.
However, like I said, people are going to hear this show and they're going to be ready to challenge it. So I know Yanga
would be here. I mean, anybody that want to come here and you can be civil and you can talk or whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
We have no problem with discussing these things, but I'm going to tell you, when it's all said and done, what you got not gonna stand. It's just not gonna do it, baby.
I love it.
It's not gonna do it.
I love it. Woo! Hey, he gonna be the first one to see this video, so I love it. Angel, man.
Yeah.
On out of here. Hey, man, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Thank you once again, Angel, man. Hey, fire. Do a twin and say fire.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We are already 5,000.
Peace, y'all.